You are listening to Mining Stock Education, where you'll learn from the top leaders in the natural resource sector and uncover quality mining investment opportunities.
The two things that I'm really proud of is that we actually hired Mark Bradley. Mark was the individual that discovered Goldrush. He led the team at Barrick that discovered Goldrush. Our main asset, Goldrush Trend, is 5 kilometers southwest of Goldrush. It's what we imagine our property being. So we have a great property that is attached to Nevada gold mines. And we have the guy that actually understands the rock that made that discovery. So we're next to the best mine to be coming online in the next 20 years. And we have the guy working for our company that discovered it.
In today's show, you're going to be getting an update from CEO Tony Moreau of American Eagle Gold. This is a company we featured at the end of last year when it was yet to be listed. The listing date is coming up. We profiled this company with Stephen Stewart of the OR Group because American Eagle Gold is part of the OR Group. And Tony's coming back on the show today to give us an update of the company's progress that they've made since we last talked and when we could expect a listing. So Tony, welcome back onto the program, and please bring us up to speed with what's going on with American Eagle Gold.
Bill, thank you very much for having me. So just to give you an update on American Eagle Gold, I believe when we did our last webinar or podcast, I said it'd be a March listing. We've actually been slightly delayed about a month, but we're looking to be listing any day now towards the end of April. That month delay is actually really good. I got to hand it to our team, our legal side, and the exchange. We're dealing with a pandemic right now, and the fact that we are still listing within a month of our target, I think, is a compliment to everyone involved. So yeah, in terms of the updates for the company, we've still been full steam ahead. We've been mapping the property. We've been developing an exploration plan. The two things that I'm really proud of is that we actually hired Mark Bradley. Mark was the individual that discovered Goldrush. He led the team at Barrick that discovered Goldrush. Our main asset, Goldrush Trend, is 5 kilometers southwest of Goldrush. It's what we imagine our property being. So we have a great property that is attached to Nevada gold mines. And we have the guy that actually understands the rock that made that discovery. So we're next to the best mine to be coming online in the next 20 years. And we have the guy working for our company that discovered it. In terms of our philosophy, we're not in a sit back and wait approach. There's a lot of companies out there. They have a 500,000, 1 million ounce resource. They're waiting for gold to come to them. We are proactive. We want to put drills in the ground. We don't want to discover a 1 million ounce deposit. We want to discover a 5 to 10 million ounce deposit. This phrase is oversaid, but we really are in the land of elephants, and we are targeting a giant deposit that will be economic, whether gold is $1,000 or $2,000. Again, we're right next to Goldrush, and we have the very best guy in the world to be discovering it.
Can you give us any more of the backstory of how you were able to pull that acquisition off? Because someone like that is going to have a lot of opportunities, I'm sure, posed to them.
Well, one of the reasons why I joined the OR Group, we're very upfront with investors, with our employees. We have strong financial and technical expertise, and we let the experts do their job. And mining is all about knowing people, having the proper connections with them. And I hit it off with Mark Bradley, Steve Stewart, who's the chairman, hit it off with them. We told him our plan, we told him our philosophy, and we said, listen, you do your work in terms of exploration. We'll make sure that you have the funds to make that discovery.
Oh, okay. So he's at the helm. What's progress is being made in terms of permitting, lining up drill rigs, things like this?
Well, can you believe it, Bill? This property had never been properly mapped. So we mapped it. We built our exploration plan. We're doing some front-end exploration work. We're looking at MT surveys. We're looking at seismic surveys to properly understand the architecture that is there. And then we're going to do some deep drilling, and we're looking at probably September for drilling. We're looking at going at least 2,000 feet underground. We want to hit the lower plate rocks. That's where the mineralization is. Right next door, Goldrush, the initial discovery hole was made in 2009. There has never been seen a deep drill hole below 2,000 feet where this mineralization is since the discovery of Goldrush. And what that means is that people have never really understand the architecture of the mineralization of the rocks in the ground. So we are really at virgin ground next to one of the greatest mines in the entire world with one of the best experts of this type of Carlin trend that we could find. So I think we're in very good position. Our market cap's going to be approximately $10 million. There is a lot of upside for shareholders, and I'm really excited for hopefully find a discovery.
And Goldrush, we should point out, if you didn't already say it, it's 15 million ounces at 10 grams per ton, right?
Exactly. Now, what's really interesting about this, you got a lot of trends there. You got the Carlin trend. I call that's the older sister of where we are. We're on the Battle Mountain Eureka trend. Then there's a Cortez trend. It gets really confusing. So what I like to tell people is the Battle Mountain Eureka trend, look at that as Beverly Hills. The Cortez trend is Rodeo Drive. You want to be on Rodeo Drive. We have the shop right next to the Gucci, which is Barrick. And if you look at the trends of discoveries there, Carlin trend really was discovered in 1961. The Cortez trend, the main area where we were, look at 1991, that's a pipeline discovery. They have 20 million ounces there. That's all open pit. If you go just south, 10 years later, 2001, you got Cortez Hills, 15 million ounces. That's open pit and underground. If you go just a little bit south, you got Goldrush. That's all underground. That discovery hole is in 2009. So now you're looking at 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. We're a long trend, and we're that next big deposit along the trend.
All right. So you previously spoke about in our last interview, possible acquisitions. Have you made any progress on that front, or because you're not even public yet, you can't even go there?
Well, because of the exchange and the rules and regulations, we have to stay as is, but we are actively looking for smart, accretive acquisitions that will create value for our shareholders. So we're always on the lookout, but we want to make a smart deal.
Your pre-IPO financing was at 20 cents. So what is the Treasury at right now, and how far will that take you?
We have approximately $4.1 million of cash on hand. We believe that will take us well into the end of next year. The one thing that I learned of many things at IAMGOLD is always to have a strong balance sheet. Always got prepared for a rainy day. And our plan is always to have at least 1 year of cash on hand. So that means changing your plan accordingly. But we plan to have eventually good results, and we plan to be able to raise more money and always have a strong balance sheet.
Okay, so 54.5 million shares fully diluted, I believe your most recent presentation said. So that's what investors that are looking to buy in the open market should expect.
Exactly.
And then the float, what would the float be of that?
The float's approximately 16.5 million shares.
Okay. And ticker symbols, we don't have that yet, right?
The thing with the exchange, once we get the go-ahead, we got a Supreme Court approval, we got exchange approval. Any day now, we should be able to get our ticker symbol, and we should be trading by the end of this week or next week. Okay.
And you said drilling September-ish is what we're looking at.
We're going to be finishing our upfront exploration midsummer. Then we start permitting between 60 and 90 days. And we're looking to do a drill program of approximately 8,000 feet starting in September.
Tony, there'll be ore finders, shareholders that are listening to this conversation that didn't participate in the pre-IPO financing, but they actually get some shares of American Eagle Gold, don't they?
Yes, us going public was part of a plan of arrangement. So it's sort of a dividend that's given to ore finders shares to allow us to start trading on the exchange. So yes, they get their shares, and approximately for every share of ore finders you get about 1/40th of a share of American Eagle Gold.
Okay, and any other final updates as we conclude here?
Not really. We're full steam ahead right now. And one thing I just want to emphasize, Golden Trend, it's located next to a world-class deposit in Goldrush, and we have the guy that discovered that property that we hope is going to discover another world-class discovery at Golden Trend. So thank you very much for having me, Bill.
Yeah, thank you. And again, the website is americaneaglegold.ca. Go there and sign up. And if you want to know when it's going to be public, they're going to go public as soon as the exchange allows them to. And if you're on the email list, you'll be notified right away. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Bill.